Hey everyone, it's Kelli Nova, and if you've been following me on Facebook and Twitter, you know that I'm making my husband a steampunk Green Lantern cosplay, and I'm super excited, but it's also a pain in my butt! The main problem I've been having with his costume is that it's not mine. If you've ever sewn anything for anyone else, you would know that it's different trying to make a garment fit somebody else. So it's been a lot of trial and error, but it's coming along pretty well. At least I thought it was. I put the right sides together like you're supposed to do, and I started pinning it, and I was like, how am I going to make sure that this just fits right, and it does the thing, and all the seams match up? And then I had a brilliant idea! I figured out sewing. Why hadn't anyone thought of this before? I thought to myself, I could sew the armholes, and then sew everything but the top, flip it inside out, and then it'll work. It'll be perfect. Everything will match up, and it'll be wonderful. And that's what I did. I sewed together the sleeve holes, so the lining and the outside bits were inside out sewn together, and I thought I should probably check my work. So I went to turn it inside out, and guess what happened? That's right. I didn't figure out sewing. The problem is that this is the armhole. You can't put your arm through that. Nope. You can stick it through the bottom. You can stick it through the top. But you can't stick it through the armhole. And that's how vests are supposed to work. I told my friend what I did, and she looked me straight in the eyeballs and she said, I will give you a tip. No matter what, you will never figure out sewing. And for someone that doesn't sew, this might sound really mean of her to say, but it's so true! No matter how long you've been sewing, no matter how much you know, you're always gonna make a mistake, and it's gonna seem really stupid, especially if you're too tired, or in some cases, maybe too drunk. Not that I'm saying I've ever been there, but I get it. You are gonna make a mistake, and it's okay. It's gonna be okay, because you can rip the seam out in most cases. My next step is, surprisingly, not to immediately rip the seams of my armholes out. I am going to sew the rest of it together, leaving the top undone, and then I will rip the armhole seams out. That way, everything can still line up correctly. So it's working to my advantage, just, you know, I could have gone about it a little differently. I could have baste stitched it, which is basically where you have these loose, long stitches holding things together, but instead I stitched it for real. So they're tiny little keep it in its place stitches, and that's gonna be a pain in the butt to rip out. So that's gonna be fun. On second thought, I could just give it to him like this and just have him wear it like that, right? Close enough. Pro tip, when you have a genius idea when you're sewing something together, just stop. Just go to bed, and in the morning wake up, and if it still sounds like a good idea, do it. Go for it, because it probably is a good idea. If not, then you probably saved yourself a lot of heartache. What is the most ridiculous sewing / crafting / cosplay mistake that you ever made? Share it in the comments below. We can all have a great laugh. We're not laughing at you, we're laughing with your pain, because we've all been there, I'm sure. I am probably there more often than most, but you know, it's a thing I'm really good at doing. You have to be good at something, right? Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up for effort, and share with all of your cosplay, sewing, mistake doing friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the Weird Girls YouTube channel, where you can see more of my cosplay, Danny Danger's comic books, Amanda talking about animation and Disney, RPG games, and video games with zombies.